Hi everyone. Um, yeah. Well, we always take roll call. There's Milo and Kiki is right there behind me in the back of his cage, and finches and parakeets. Parakeets might sometimes they start chirping. I find it interesting that Harry has a different, his voice is different from the others. The others all sound pretty much like any other parakeet, but Harry's voice is different. It's slightly higher pitched, and then there's kind of a edge or something to it too. So if he chirps, I'll let you know when it does. Hopefully you will be able to hear it. This is one of those videos that I didn't want to do ever. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm titling this video Bad News and Worse, or something like that. So I'll get to the bad news first. Okay. I had barking problems, I guess. Okay, so the bad news first, and then I'll get to the worst news. Bad news is, okay, okay, about 2 weeks ago, maybe, Daisy was not well. She had trouble breathing. She was losing weight. We had trouble getting her to eat. She was sleeping a lot more than usual. So we made an appointment, and I got her in. And turns out it was after some X-rays and blood work. The X-rays showed a very obvious enlarged heart and some fluid in one of her lungs, and so it's congestive heart disease. So they put her on some meds, diuretic, and then another one to shrink down size of her heart. It was I saw it on the X-ray. It was round like a baseball, and it should be more heart shaped. And it was she's been coughing. She's been having a coughing issue for a while, especially when waking up. And they said the heart was pressing on her trachea, which is because of her age, is more stiff than younger dogs. So that's what was causing the coughing. The good news in that is that she is responding to medication. She's now breathing a lot better. She's barking. She's eating. She's sleeping less. She's playing. So she's back to her old self. I'm hoping to get her in for a recheck, hopefully next week or so, and find out. Because the paperwork they gave me when I left said the prognosis was anywhere from 8 to 24 months. But if the medication is doing what it's supposed to, does that mean I should expect normal lifespan? I guess so. More on that later. So, but her allergies are still driving her nuts. But she takes her pills for that too. Okay, now for the worst news. By the way, I was not planning on doing this video. I'm late on my annual look back Psalm. Look back at the Psalms. I'm late on that. Next week will probably be I just did I just did September and October Instagram slideshow. Next week or week after, I'll have to do November Instagram slideshow. Plus, there's three Yum boxes sitting over there. And of course, the fourth one, December's will be in here in 2-3 weeks. And of course, and then there will be a story sometime in December. So I have a full docket up to till the end of the year. This video was not part of the list, but you need to know this for Sunday's video. So, and going forward, I guess, because I put my life as far as the animals go on YouTube and somewhat on Instagram. Okay, so I've not actually said this out loud. I've typed it several times, but I have not actually said this out loud. So, Monday, I took this week off from work because I had Thursday and Friday off as holidays, and I had a lot of PTO to use. So maybe 3 weeks ago, I took off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so Monday I had a pretty full day, and that included getting groceries and then go see my therapist afterwards, and then come home and make my beer cheese soup because I like to make it when I haven't been at work, because it takes a while and there's a lot of stirring. Anyway, so Monday, so I had things I wanted to get done before then, and so on. So I finally left to get my groceries, and I left a little later than I wanted to. And so I remember I left. The door shut behind me, and I remember I thought I didn't say goodbye to the birds. I usually do, not always, but I usually do. I do when I leave for work, but I figure I'm gonna be gone maybe a half hour. I'll be back. So it's like, not, I'm looking at the time. Time was starting to get pressing, and so I'll be back. I got my groceries. I got home. I walked in the door. My father, he likes to help me get my groceries in for me. So he put them down, moved behind me, and then I start to. By now the time was running short for my appointment. And so I was just going to just put the cold stuff away and leave the rest for when I got back. So I'm starting to take stuff out, and all of a sudden Mom comes around the corner, around the fridge, and she says, I have bad news. Or I have sad news. I can't remember. And she proceeds to tell me that RC had just died. She said that, so of course I couldn't believe what she had just said. She said that he made some noise that she had never heard him make before, and then she didn't hear the noise, so she went to go find him, and he was way in the back corner behind the finch cage, and that's where he was, and so she had to move stuff just to get him out. I didn't say anything. I came over here and he was still sitting on the table. She had a paper towel wrapped kind of around him. And I picked him up and trying to make sense of what had just happened. Set him back down. And I hurried up, put my groceries away. All of them. And my mind was both going haywire and not thinking. I mean, it was just, I don't know. It was just in shock, maybe, probably. So I had one thing I had to drop off in my room. And as I came back through, I told my mom, I said, I'm going to have a question for you. I'm not going to ask it now, but you know what it's going to be, and I need you to think about it. And then she goes, what are you going to do with him right now? And I said, well, I said, I have to leave now. So I'll just put him in the fridge until I can deal with him. So I did that, grabbed, and then went out to my car to leave. Then I realized I had forgotten something that I needed to bring with me. And at the same time, I could hear Milo screaming. And I remembered that Milo has always, if he couldn't see him, he'd start screaming. He was dependent on him for security, I guess. So I came back in here, took RC back out of the fridge, put him back on the table, grabbed what I had forgotten, and then I left. I got through my session. I spent the last 10 minutes talking about this. My therapist, he's a good guy. He's got a ministerial degree. He got that and then decided didn't want to be a pastor, so he became a therapist instead. He goes, would it be weird if I prayed for you? And I said, no. So he prayed for me, and I think that's the only time. I've seen him for at least 10 years. That's the first time he's done that. Somehow I got home. I put him back in the fridge, made my soup. I haven't said much since. What has happened since is Milo he's adjusting. He's not screaming constantly like I thought he would. Kiki, he now doesn't have RC to guard Milo anymore, so he's been being a kind of a pest to Milo, climbing on his cage, which is that he's not supposed to, and we've always told him that, which freaks out Milo. So I've had to lock Milo in for the last 2 days. Finally today I moved. I had my father make this tea stand for him about a year ago, and then just had it sitting there because they were all freaking out about it. So I put it here to separate the table and Milo's cage, try to keep him off there. So far it's working. RC's still in the fridge. Today I'm going to move him to the freezer. I've been delaying this part because I don't know. Well, there is one thing. About a month ago, I saw an ad online for this. It's this about this big, and it's you use it to create a print of your dog's paw, nose print, or whatever. So you can have that. And so I bought two, one for me, one for Mom, for Mindy. And so I had decided long ago, I don't have any tattoos because I've never decided, what I want, where I want it, or anything. And I finally had decided, I finally decided that if I ever got one, what would be? And so I decided to take that thing and get a print of Daisy's paw and RC's foot. He never would have allowed me to do this if he was here. And have both of them tattooed over my heart. RC's foot would represent all the birds that I have had and probably will have. And Daisy represents all the dogs that I have had and possibly will have. Because if I list their names, I'm going to have to list everybody's names, and there'd be a lot of names. So when I get that done, I'll show you. So I'm kind of glad I'm not working because I would be a mess right now. Or maybe it'd be enough to take my mind off things. I don't know. So yeah. I'll tell you right now, Sunday's video, it will be my tribute video to him. I found a song. I don't know the song. I've never heard the artist. So I know absolutely nothing about them. But the song fits. So I just filmed it. Got through that. I got some work I got to do before I edit it, but that's, yeah. So, $17 years. I've had him 17 years. I got him when he was 8 months old. He's been here longer than all the other birds I have right now. I have a ton of stories about him. I told you some of them. I don't know which ones. I was not ready for this. I regret not going back and saying goodbye to him Monday. So, I thank you, my friends. I know you're here with me in spirit. I know you'll say nice, comforting words. I need that. I know if you were here with me, we'd be hugging. I appreciate that too. I will get through these days. I know that. The talk that I wanted to have with Mom, I have not had yet. I'm not ready to have that yet. Thank you for being there for me. Hopefully next week I can continue on my schedule, get all these videos done that I want to do. I know you're going to say you don't have to. I know that, but I want to because these videos are for you. They are token of my friendship to you guys. I started the Wednesday videos during quarantine, the pandemic, to give you something to entertain, give you something to entertain you while we were all in lockdown. This just became a habit. Something to occupy me as I try to come up with content every Wednesday. And so I look forward to doing them. I hope you look forward to watching them, and I look forward to reading your comments. They keep me going. So I will get through this. Life seems meaningless right now, but I will get through this. I have a dog who needs my attention. And my friends, my family. Somehow I'll get through Christmas. So, yeah. Okay. Almost 25 minutes. Thank you for watching. And I love you all. See you all in the comments. Bye.